Hey everybody, welcome to Body Love Fitness. We are core on the floor today. We have a 20-minute timer, 7 exercises, top to bottom. I think they're 45-second sets. I should remember that. Anyway, hips and ribs in together. Shoulder blades moving down your back. We're going to start into our march. It's early. We're here. We've arrived. We're aiming to get you out of this class in a half an hour. So we'll do about a 5-minute warm up and a 5-minute cool down and about 20 minutes of work. That's it. And then your core is going to be stronger and you're off for the day. Love that. 4, 3, 2, a little side to side. Excellent job. Make this movement a little bit small to start and then grow it as you feel comfortable, especially if you find that you tend to have any sort of discomfort in your shoulders or in your back. Make sure you're breathing all the way in and all the way out. 4, 3, 2. We're going to go into butt kickers here. So keep those legs wide. Squeeze the elbows back. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together at the back. Nice job. Big deep breaths all the way in and out. Nice job. 4, 3, 2. Knees up. Excellent stuff. Keep that core hugging in, hips and ribs hugging in together. As you bring the arms down, think about them being nice and wide. That's going to move your shoulder blades down a little bit better against your ribs. 4, 3, heel taps forward. Reach those arms forward, keeping your shoulders stacked above your hips. Feeling that spine being nice and strong. And then if you want, we can add a little bit of rotation. Noticing how that feels different in your body. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Give that a shake. We're going to reach to one side and then to the other. Reach to one side, same arm, reach across and away. 4, 3, 2, other side. This is the last one. You're going to switch. Reach across and away. Nice job. Try to see if that shoulder blade is pulling down. 4, 3, 2. Excellent job. We're going to use that first arm and reach up, side to side. Reach and stretch. Ooh, not living in the end, just moving and warming everything up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Give that a little shake. Let's bring our hands to the front. Hips and ribs stay hugged in together. Little bend in those knees. Big deep breath in. This is our pelvic floor. Big deep breath in. Exhale, pelvic floor comes up as we exhale and rotate. Inhale, the pelvic floor relaxes. Exhale to rotate. If you have that pelvic floor engaged, you're going to be moving a little less in that range of motion. So see how it holds everything kind of steady in here. 4, 3, hips are forward, feeling this through the mid back. 2, last 1. Good stuff. Give that a little shake. Roll those shoulders. Okay, my friends, we're going down to the mat. Before we get started, I'm going to have us lying on our backs. We're going to have our knees bent, a little bit of mobility here, mainly for the hips, actually. I'm going to have you bring your feet to about mat distance apart, and you're going to shift your knees side to side, keeping your hips on the ground. This is just to separate the movement from the lower back and the movement from the hips. So as you will notice, if you start to try to get your legs to go too far over, your hip is going to pop up off of the ground. Let's see if we can keep those hips planted for the last 4. Notice how it's different side to side. 3, 2, last 1. Excellent job. Give those knees a hug in, a little roll side to side. Notice how that lower back is feeling. Give it some love. And then we're in it. 10 seconds. We don't need anything. If you want to grab a heavy dumbbell, you're welcome to grab one. We're going to need it where we can use it, for our bridge pulses at the top, but we don't need it if you don't have one. Okay, we're starting with our heel drop. So I want you to get into a tabletop. So arms are down here. We're up here, stacking the knees and our hips, and we're tapping those heels down one at a time. We have the cats running around today. So if you see a fuzzy blur, that's just one of my creatures. What we want is we want to feel the core, keep going, we want to feel the core lifted. So the tailbone is lifted between our thighs, and we're keeping it there as we drop one heel towards the ground. The goal is not necessarily to reach the ground, it's to feel the stability through your hips and your lower back. We don't want to feel any moving at all there. We've got less than 10 seconds. We're going to be flipping onto our right side in 2, 1. Beautiful. Over to your right. Let's keep our head down. Stack those hips. Keep one leg nice and long and press out through the heel. Brace your core. Lift up. Beautiful. Lift and squeeze. I want you to feel the butt, your back of your bum, and the side working here to pull that leg up. Don't let it just be the side, though. Make that butt do its job. Squeeze it up. Nice job. When you get here, if this feels a little easy, I want you to pulse 3, 2, 1, and then come halfway down. 3, 2, 1, halfway. Keep this core working. I know that we're laying on the ground, so it is very easy to turn this core off, but we want to keep it working. It's a core day today. 4, 3, 2, other side. Flip it over. Same thing here. Stack those hips. Bottom leg is slightly bent. We're pressing out through the top leg through our heel. Brace the core. Get your singles going. See how you feel on this side. Get the right muscles working. Your bum, the side of your hip, but make sure you're squeezing your bum to make it lift up. Make it work. Make sure your chin is not resting on your chest. Good stuff. If you're ready, you're pulsing at the top for 3, coming halfway down, keeping that core turned on. Nice job. Get that butt strong. Get mobility through your hips here. Squeeze your bum. We want that foot to be parallel to the ground too. Notice if it's tipping up. 3, 2, 1. Done. On your back again. With your heavy dumbbell, if you choose to use it. We're going into a bridge, so your feet are close to your hips, but not so close they can touch. Hips and ribs hug in together. Lift your tailbone away from the ground. Press it up. We're going to hover on the ground. We're not coming all the way down. I want you to hover and then right away press yourself back up to the top. Think about still having a little hinge in these hips. We're not trying to get them to the ceiling here. We don't want to feel any pressure in the lower back. And if you go too high in a bridge, you are likely to put a little bit of extra pressure on that back. So let's keep the hinge in the hips. Press up through those hips. Feel the butt squeezing. Feel the back of the body working. Press into your heels. No pausing. 2, 1, off to the side. Okay. We are now on our 3 that are face down. So come on to tabletop. We're going to do a bird dog. Hips and ribs are hugging in together. Press away the mat, and then you're reaching your arms away. Arms and leg opposite side. We are going to be switching here. So sometimes we stay on all one side, and sometimes we switch sides. Today we are switching. It is going to put us in a little bit more wiggle. That's a technical term. I want you to slide your toe along and push your heel away. 12 seconds. Push that floor away. I just noticed that I was starting to collapse through my shoulders. I want you to draw them down your back. 3, 2, 1. On your tummies. Arms are at your side. Press the top of your feet into the mat. Hips and ribs hug in. Notice your pubic bone press into the mat. And then lift up and down. Up. Nice, gentle back extension. So one of the things I like to talk about is making sure that we're not focused on how big the movement is. And this applies here. If you have a lower back that does not like this, make it small. Just lift up a little bit. That is going to keep the back working evenly. And if you notice, if you lift too far up, it's going to come from one area. And we don't want that. We want it all to work together. 10 seconds. You can do this. Let's pulse at the top. For the last 5, wherever the top means to you. 3, 2, 1. Find yourself a plank, my friend. This is the last one, then we get a little break. It can be elbows, hands, knees, or toes. I do not care. Hips and ribs hugging together. Pop yourself up. 45 seconds for this plank. You can come out of it whenever you need to. We want to see elbows or hands stacked right under the shoulders. I want you to press the mat away so your shoulders move, your blades move away from each other. And then I want you to glide your chin back. So we're not collapsing into the ground here. We're pulling back so the whole back of our body is working. 20 seconds. Big deep breaths all the way in and out. Maybe we talk to that pelvic floor to distract us. Think about the exhale lifting up the pelvic floor, like you're trying to grab a blueberry and pull it up into your belly button. In the inside. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Excellent job. We are going to be going to the other side again. We have a little break. I think it's 30 seconds. I could be wrong. It is. We're going to go back to the front, the start. So we're starting with those heel drops again. So the heel drops, if you felt any pressure at any of these in your lower back, please make the movement smaller and really think about what your hips and ribs are doing. Put that corset on from your back, sides, and front. Pull the ribs and hips together and hug them tight. Grab your dumbbell, have it close by if you need it. You don't have to have it, but we're about to go. We're starting with our heel drops again. So lift those knees above the shoulders. Nope. Lift your knees above the hips and then drop down. 1 foot at a time. Noticing if you feel as you drop down, if you start to feel a shift on with your lower back on the mat, that does mean there's some wiggling happening. So really control that wiggle. Notice that it is harder the farther your foot gets down to the ground, the more that core has to work. 15 seconds. Big deep breaths all the way in. Exhale as you bring up. And then try to keep those knees stacked over the hips. Try not to bring them into your chest. 2 and 1. Find a side. You can find your left side if you'd like, but whatever works. As long as you do both, I'm a happy girl. We're going to press out through the heel, flex that toe up, and then squeeze. Just start our singles. Excellent. Making sure we're feeling the butt work. And here, what I'm going to have us do, we're going to come to the top and we're going to circle. Nice and controlled, not very big. Think the size of a little Pilates ball. Woo! Other direction. Core is working to keep this leg up here. Nice job. 13 seconds. You come out of this whenever you need to. Other direction. 3, 2. We're going to switch one more time. Woo! And done. Other side, please. So yes, that was butt, but it was also core. Working to stabilize so we're not rocking side to side. Okay. Push that leg out. Hips and ribs hugging together whenever you're ready. Up for a couple of singles. Warm it up. Tell it what's coming. And then up and find a circle. Has to be small or else your hips are going to start wandering side to side here. Good stuff. Nice job. Woo. Hang on, hang on. Keep your breathing. Make it small. I just noticed mine was getting a little big. Other direction. You might find a pressed heel is better, or maybe you look into pointing your toe if that feels better. In this position, I don't care. Whatever doesn't give you a leg cramp. Change again. 1 time for 2. 1 more time. My leg is getting low. And down. Oh my goodness. 1 more. Grab your dumbbell. Put it on your hips. Feet are about hip distance apart. Hips and ribs hugging together. Shoulders press into the mat. Here we go. Lift it up. Up and squeeze. We could be coming all the way down. Maybe we have a tap out this time, since we're getting a little tired. Or perhaps we come all the way up, halfway down. all the way up, halfway down, keeping everything turned on a little bit longer. This should feel good in your lower back. So just make sure you're feeling all the good feels, not the not good ones. Let me know if you start to feel any back pain at all today. 12 seconds. Even if that is normal for you, does not mean it is normal for your body. So that is worth telling me so we can find the problem and make it better. That's the whole point, right? Done, is to get stronger. Okay, we're flipping over. Find your bird dog. Hips and ribs hug in together, alternating sides. Press the mat away. Slide the toe, press the heel away. We are not looking to reach the ceiling with either the hand or the leg. We're reaching away from the body. Learning how to keep that spine strong here. Brace that core. Notice if your hip starts to rock up, try to keep them face down. Press that mat away. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel that core chat to me. It says, okay, I'm here. I showed up. 10 seconds. We only have one more round after the set. We are halfway done the exercises. 3, 2, 1. On your tummy for a back extension. So again, hands can be here. If you'd like a little more, hands can be farther out. It is up to you. Press your feet into the ground. Brace your core. Lift up. Exhale as you lift. I'm not going to change anything about this one here, just those hand positions. I want you to think about how you're feeling here. If this needs to be a little smaller, that is fine. I lied. I'm going to add a little longer pause. So come to the top and pause for 3, 2, 1, down. Up and hold. 3, 2. Your top can be different than mine, can be higher or lower. I just want the muscles on either side of those spines to be working to pull you up. We've got 4. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. Last thing here, find your plank. Elbows, hands, knees, or toes. Hips and ribs hugging together. We're going in 3, 2. Here we go. Pop it up. Push the mat away. Find yourself in a nice straight line. Notice where your eyes are gazing. Try to put them between your hands or just above, so your neck feels long and your head feels like it's in neutral. Big, deep breaths. If you want a little more here, you can walk your hands up, up, down, down, and then switch up, up, down, down. You don't have to do that, but if you want a little more today, if you're feeling feisty, take it out on the mat. We only have 5 more seconds left. Brace that core. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Grab your water. You've got 30 seconds. One more round and we are finito, my friends. We're starting with our heel drop, but not yet. Not quite yet. I didn't bring any jokes for you. Okay, great idea to look in how you feel right now. So how is the lower back feeling? How is the core feeling? Are you feeling some work happening? Maybe if you don't, you choose to take some of the harder options. The other thing that I want you to think about here is what that pelvic floor is doing. So the gather and lift is like you're trying to pull a blueberry or suck a milkshake through a straw with the bottom part of your body. Okay, are we ready? Let's find our heel drop. We can have our arms up here, dropping down if that feels if it feels a little easy here. As long as you're not pulling those knees into your chest, that's where the challenge comes in. This is a little harder. Makes that core work a little bit more. You can even drop the arms back for a little more challenge if that feels like what you want today. I like to exhale as I bring my legs up, but sometimes that exhale is meant to make your core work a little harder. We've got 7 seconds. So exhale where you need the extra work. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Find a side. We're going to tackle those leg lifts again. Hips and ribs hugging together. You can even pretend to lift your side body away from the ground and squeeze it up. Nice. I'm going to have us point our toe towards the ground this time. and almost try to squeeze our heel up to the ceiling. See how that changes how it feels in your body. It's going to provide more of a stretch to those muscles. So it's going to feel a little different. Okay, for the last 20, I want you to point the toe up. Squeeze. See how that feels different. Now I've got some stretch happening in my inner thigh. I've got more squeeze in that bum. My quad is actually working a little harder this one. We've got 8 more seconds. Let's pulse it at the top. Feel that work happening in your body, and done. Nice. Other side. We do want to tax these muscles. That's kind of the goal of working out, right? Is to get them to work at their maximum capacity all the way up. Start in neutral. Notice how that feels. And then start to point the toe down. Heel squeezes up towards the ceiling. Notice how I'm not resting on the way down. I'm coming up and hovering down and squeezing up. Good stuff. Woo. Okay, brace that core. Is it still working for you? Are you wobbling side to side? Flip the toe points up. Squeeze it up. Notice where that feels differently in your body. Slightly different muscles are working here. Whew. Okay, let's pulse. We've got under 10 seconds. We can do it. Squeeze, hold that core. Breathe, baby, breathe. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Okay, on your back, find your bridge. Dumbbell or not, doesn't matter to me. Hips and ribs hug in together. Feet are hip distance apart. Squeeze it up. All right, for this last one, I'm pulsing at the top the whole time. So I'm going to squeeze it up, and I'm just going to hang out here and squeeze and pulse. Maybe you choose to come halfway down or all the way down between. Whatever feels the best for you. Those pulses are going to keep those muscles turned on, making them work longer and harder, and tiring them out so they get stronger. It's almost peach season. We've got 15 seconds. Nice squeezes. Noticing that if you don't want to come up too far here, right? Pay attention to that back. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Oh, flip it over. Find your bird dog. 3 more exercises and we're done. Hips and ribs hugging together. Pressure mat away. Squeeze. We're pushing away. We're looking for back stability here. So this is definitely core work. We don't want our tailbone to tip up and down. We want to keep our tailbone steady the whole time, so there's no shift in our back. That is a challenge for our core. And then we challenge the back of our body here while we reach away. Working on those little muscles that support our spine, which are so important. So important. They're the ones that you need from the bottom up, right? They're your foundation. 12 seconds. Push that mat away. I know we're getting a little more fatigued, but I want you to work so hard here to keep your form nice and strong. 3, 2, 1. On your tummies. Going into a back extension. So arms can be here for a little more work. They can be here for a little less. Hips and ribs hug in, squeeze it up. If you find having your arms extended puts more pressure on your spine, pull your arms back down for me, please. They can still be in goalpost. They just might not want to be all the way up. If you do have your hands over your head, flip your thumbs up. That's going to give your shoulders a bit more space. 20 seconds. Can we pulse at the top? 3, 2, 1. Nice. Keep your pulses going if that feels good. Your core is still working in the front here. It's not all about your back. We're almost there. 4, 3, hold it. 2, 1. Find your plank. Elbows, hands, knees, or toes, whatever you got to do. We're going in 4, 3, 2. Press the mat away. Brace the core. Look up. Breathe, babies. We've only got 40 seconds in this, and then we are done. We get to stretch. Big deep breaths all the way in. Remove those earrings of your shoulders from your ears. Please pull them down. Press away. Tuck that chin back so you're feeling like your head is more neutral. Ooh, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. I'm feeling the shake. If this doesn't feel like a good position for you, come on out and reposition. You've got 10 seconds left. Make it good. Not just push through, make it good. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Amazing. Okay, let's stay here on our tummies. Maybe we want to shift a little side to side. I'm going to have us bring our knees up, our feet up, and then rock those hips side to side. This is similar to the ones we did before, just from a slightly different position. Getting movement in the hips. Excellent. Give that a little shake. We're going to roll onto one side. I'm going to get you to take this top leg, pull the heel towards your bum. Give that an opportunity to stretch the front of the leg, but also relax your shoulder. Draw it back and see if you can get a little stretch in your chest. One more breath. Amazing. Release. Go to the other side. You did it. We did it. Heel towards your bum. So this is all done before you even, well, maybe you made coffee. Maybe you're up at 4 o'clock in the morning and already had breakfast and read the news and all those things. Relax that shoulder. But now we get our day. I love that for us. One more breath. Excellent. Release. Let us come into a tabletop, please. We're just going to do a little cat-cow here. So we've done a lot of movement through the joints that are above and below our spine. But now let's think about letting that belly fall and look up. Use the tailbone to tuck between your thighs. Roll your back up towards the ceiling and look between your legs. Pausing at the end of each. Feeling that spine move. Good stuff. Wherever you are, finish that rep and then come into a tabletop. And then we're just going to wag our tail. Shift that hip side to side. Notice if you have one hip that is easier to move than the other. I absolutely do. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to change it. It just means you have to be aware of it because one hip is going to be different than the other in all your other movements. I'm going to have us look towards that tail as it comes up to that side and then switch. Creating a C shape in our spine, nice stretches along the side body. Come back to neutral, press the mat away. One more breath here. Excellent. Find yourself into a seat. It can be whatever seat feels good to you. We've got one more stretch. Palms are going to face out. Draw those shoulders back. Lift your head up long and tall. Draw your shoulders down your back. Feel that chest open. We do want to feel the ribs hugging in still. I don't want you to feel like you're bending your back to get here. Just move your shoulder blades. All the way up. Big deep breath in. Exhale, right arm goes on top. Give yourself a kiss. Mwah. All the way up. Exhale. Woo. Left hand goes on top. Give yourself a kiss. Mwah. All the way up. One more. Exhale, release. Give yourself a big hug and a pat on the back for a job well done. You did amazing today. I hope your core is loving you or not loving me. I hope that you're feeling strong and that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Be gentle with yourself, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.